What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA football bowl extravaganza. Thank you guys so much for your support and for watching. Let's keep cashing. It's been a glorious month. Let's get that paper. Alrighty, let's go. Let's roll. We move on to the Arizona Bowl, 2 p.m. Eastern, New Year's Eve. Ball State Cardinals. Oh, I've been so excited about capping this one with everybody. Ball State Cardinals 6-1. And it's perfect. Up against the number 22 San Jose State Spartans, and we get to hear DJ Big Boss open this one up. Arizona Stadium, Tucson, Arizona, 56 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 3 miles per hour. Big Boss and I were both on San Jose State Spartans on against Boise, and we didn't have the balls to take the money line, but we cashed beautifully on that plus 6.5. Let's start with Ball State. After losing their opening game of the season 38-31 at Miami of Ohio, Ball State Cardinals rattled off 6 straight wins, culminating in defeating the Buffalo Bulls in the MAC championship as 13.5-point favorites. Let's pull up this market right now. Ball State opened up as 6.5-point dogs. That's 9, 9.5, or 10. This total opened up at 64. There's now 63s on the board. There are even 62.5s. Man, fun. Their offense was strong all year. Ball State's offense put up 34.3 points and gained 453.7 yards a game. Star running back Caleb Huntley opted out of the MAC championship to prepare for the draft. Sophomore Ty Evans comes in. He runs for 94 yards on 18 carries. They beat Buffalo. Senior quarterback Drew Plitt was strong all year, completing 65.8% of his passes for 1,937 yards, 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Justin Hall caught 49 passes for 665 yards, 4 touchdowns. Hines Tyler caught 38 passes for 504 yards and 7 touchdowns. Their defense is led by a very strong linebacker core. Junior Brandon Martin led the team with 85 tackles. Senior Jalen Thompson had 74. And when I say very strong, I should mean for the MAC. They have a very strong linebacking core. San Jose Spartans swept the board so far this year. It all led to their very impressive win over Boise State in the Mountain West Championship. They'd lost all 14 previous meetings with the Broncos. This will be just their 11th bowl appearance since 1946. This is their first time as an undefeated team. Nick Starkel completed 32 of 52 passes for 453 yards and 3 touchdowns. He found 10 different receivers in that game. He broke former Fresno State star Derek Carr's title game record of 404 yards passing set in 2013. In 7 games, he threw for 1,906 yards, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Boise State got inside San Jose State's red zone just one time, was held to 233 yards of offense, 36.7% less than the 368 average during the regular season. This team is rolling. Cade Hall had 2 sacks and 3 tackles for a loss. He has 10 sacks in 7 games. First time a Spartan registered 10 sacks in the season since 2012. They averaged 30.9 points per game. They allowed just 17.9 points against, but it just feels like this line has gotten just everybody loves the Spartans these days, and 10-point favorites, really? I don't know. DJ Big Boss, take it away.
Here we go. Another. I guess this happens a lot in the bowl games. Me and the line setter, we disagree. They go high, I go low. Much as I like San Jose State, they also to me mimicked Coastal Carolina a lot in their Cinderella season. Same strong points. There's a lot of similarities between the two, and we seen in that last strike against that team. It was just a little bit too much, and I think we got the same situation here. I don't think that maybe Ball State beats them, but I definitely don't think that San Jose covers by the spread. Besides, the two coaches had some history, but they never crossed each other, so they got a lot of respect for each other overall. So that means that they won't run the score up on each other. So I like the under as well, although it's kind of against my principle of taking those MAC overs and stuff. But right here, I think the under is a good play, and I also like Ball State plus the points. Give me both of those, Jimmy.
I agree completely. And I even think if we hold off to bet this, more money might come in on San Jose State. At BetMGM, they're hanging at 64.5. So you can get under 64.5 here. And I will line shop for you full game. But let's let John Ryan take over. John, very interesting game. Ball State, San Jose State. Take it away.
It is, and it's a tough one to call, of course, but San Jose State has had a very special year. They're coming off a very good championship game. They also are gaining 6.8 yards per play versus 5.5 for Ball State. And keep in mind, San Jose State had the tougher SOS by 4 points, 31-27. Ball State had the highest SOS in the MAC conference. Most of them were down, in 2021. So if you happen to play Ball State and Buffalo in this year, then you had a pretty high SOS. But completion percentage goes to Ball State just by a hair, a fraction, 65 to 64%. On defense is where it really stands out. And San Jose State's defense allowing 4.7 yards per play, Ball State 6. And one of my favorite metrics, points per play, this on defense is opponent points per play. San Jose State, 0.246, which is actually a tad lower than Wisconsin's defense this year. That's saying that, they could go into Wisconsin and give them a game, but you'd never know with this team. And, I like San Jose State here. I agree with what DJ said about the possibility of winning the game, but not covering. So what I do like is the team total for San Jose State. And I think they easily, whatever the number is, they go over by at least a touchdown.
Ooh, it's higher than I thought, but it's heavily juiced. Well, not heavily. It's juiced to the over. 37.5.
37.5. All right, let me just do one little mental calculation here.
Okay. Jay Robbins liking San Jose State. I get it, but you had to get in early if you wanted it. And when I move probably on Ball State in this contest, I don't know if I'll get to that. I don't know if I'll bet it. John, what's your decision?
What was the total again?
37.5.
Yeah, that's fair. And the juice isn't much.
It's bad because it's bet 365, and it opened at minus 120. It's being bet, so it's probably on the move. It's now minus 125. 55.9% implied probability.
My rule is never bet juice over minus 120, but I guess sometimes you have to do it at least once. You know what? Give me. I'll take San Jose State minus the points.
Alrighty, San Jose State minus the points. Big Ragu, take it away.
I'm not going to be real long on this one, but to me, this is a correlation game. If you like San Jose, under. If you like the other side, over. I like the other side. I like the game not to really go over by much, but I'm kind of worried about that San Jose D, whether Ball State. I'm not going to say lay an egg, but there's an interesting look that I came up with on this. So the San Jose defense, we know they're giving up barely 18 points a game, but there's like one little intricacy in the stats where their pass completion rating is like 63% against. They're averaging 6 yards per pass against, but their passer rating is like 36. And there's three other teams that kind of had a higher rating that lost in the bowls, which was Coastal. Did Buffalo win their game? They lost their game, didn't they? Or they played? Who did Marshall play in the bowl? We lost that.
Marshall beat them.
Marshall beat them, right? So Marshall and Buffalo.
Buffalo beat Marshall 17-10.
Right, I had it back. Yep, you're right. Sorry.
Anyways, those teams have a higher passing rating, Coastal and Marshall, and they lost. So I think they're going to be susceptible against the pass, and that's what Ball State does really, really well, putting the ball down the field. I kind of like Ball State in this spot. I think it's too many points. I had the same take that Jimmy had. I'm going to wait till game time to put my action down, but I'm going to take the plus 10 right now if I get it, and I'm going to sprinkle on the money line. So give me Ball State and the money line here.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll add that here in a second. John has a decision to make. You can get -9 at minus 125, 9.5 at minus 112, -10 at minus 105, John.
-10, 105.
San Jose State -10 at minus 105. And Ragu, fresh off his Hawaii at plus 390, is coming in here. So Ragu's going to get +10 at minus 115, which is the same as I'm going to get. And I'm not going to get to the window, at least in the next 24 hours on this.
I know the MAC notoriously sucks in the bowl games, but you know what? We did get a W with Buffalo, right?
We sure did.
Maybe
Well,
and this is the only other bowl game we have a MAC team in, correct?
Yep.
So maybe they sweep the board this year because they're like a 30% bowl team, league conference. They don't usually fare well in the bowls. Now they're good against the Big Ten, right, John? But not so much in the bowl. But this is 2020. Let's get it done. Let's go 2-0. Let's sweep the board. Go MAC.
plus 290 at BetMGM is what you're getting, and that is the same. Oh, sorry, plus 10 at minus 115. Yes, at BetMGM as well. All right,
BetMGM has been good to me in the tournament.
it has been.
Yeah, right. Put MGM.